32 degrees out here, and I thought I'd come outside for this next video, but basically I just want to talk about something that I thought of last night, and it's something called the zero faith lifestyle. And what I'm trying to communicate here is it basically requires that everything in your life be optimized completely. That is a zero faith lifestyle. And this has existed before the internet was ever a thing, before even morning routines or anything like that was ever a thing. Probably goes back thousands of years, but the zero faith lifestyle is basically just like everything that you've been seeing for the past 5 years on the internet, which is basically like get up at 5 a.m., take cold showers, run, do all this, make sure it's all optimized, and then also make sure that your protein and your carbs and your sugar is all optimized. I would suggest, I said that in the last video, what's a different term I could use for that? I would recommend that when it comes to maybe optimizing your health, because I need to lose some pounds myself, I would suggest that you have an internal clock for your food called your stomach, and it growls when you need to eat. I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna wait for my stomach to growl, and then I'll eat and have my fill. But what's very interesting to me is that, like, this doesn't just exist within the internet sphere of things. This exists, like, even in the academia side of people. And what I mean by that is, like, the people who really push academia, which I would like to get a degree, that'd be fun, but they have this aura of superiority. They Count Dooku your butt whenever you're around them. They Count Dooku you. They kind of, that's what they look when you talk to them. And they're also zero faith lifestylers. They think that everything has to be optimized. Everything has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, I do question how some of these people would react if everything is not perfect. If everything in their life did not go exactly how it was supposed to. Because I find frequently that many of them, she's awesome, I find frequently that many of them got it all figured out, not handed to them. They had to work hard. I'm not saying that zero faith lifestylers didn't have to work hard for the kind of life they have. I'm saying that they got zero faith. I'm saying that their optimized sleep routines, their optimized workout routines. I'm saying that all of this, which I have tried myself, is zero faith. Now you may ask, why is zero faith a bad thing, right? You may ask that. Maybe you're an atheist, maybe you're not, cool, you're not down with the God stuff. I would say that it's a bad thing because you are guiding you. If you were to ask a child to guide himself or herself, would they go to bed at the right time? No, they wouldn't. But you guiding you think that for a second that your optimized CPAP machine, blah blah blah, sleep ring is somehow conducive to your health, even though we never used it as humans for thousands of years. It doesn't quite make sense, and it all seems like a big scam. It all seems like in 50 years we're gonna look back at it and be like, what were we even talking about? Like, it's kind of like when we look back at cigarette ads for curing asthma back in like the 1800s, if those are even real. You don't know if anything's real on the internet anymore, dude. Like, I could be an AI talking to you. I could. You actually wouldn't know. I work with AI on a daily basis. You wouldn't know. Seriously. And I would like to not just be negative in this video, not just negate, but build. I would like to suggest that you can have a faith lifestyle. And I'm not talking about going to church. I'm not talking about being this holy man that you grew up with, the holy men that you grew up with. I'm talking about basically just let go of this optimization. Let go of this desire, this not desire, this need. You need to have everything optimized. And if it's not optimized, then you're not going to reach your goal, because somehow you know the future. Somehow you think that you understand what's going to come. You think that you have the mind and the eyes of God, and you do not. You simply don't. And I'm guilty of this as well. That's why I'm making the video. So you found this video because you were looking for advice, because that's the only way my kind of video shows up in your feed. But my advice to give you is stop searching for advice. What are you doing? I would argue that playing Halo 3's campaign is a better use of your time and a better indicator of how of knowledge of the world than staying on your phone and seeing what's going on your phone. I would argue that. Maybe that's all I have to say. I gotta let my dog in anyway. Decent video. But let's not have a zero faith lifestyle. Let's just write it. Let's get it done. Let's just live. Let's actually be a human being. Not saying be lazy. You can actually have a faith lifestyle working hard. Plenty of people do it. And you've seen them and you've met them. You've met people that don't even know what you're talking about when you tell them about, yeah, I optimize my sleep routine and I track my carbs and calories, and they're literally very successful people. They may not be good people though. And that's another aspect. It's another aspect that we need to work on. And by work on, I mean not watching YouTube videos on how to work on it. Anyways, see you guys next time.